Right, that's good. So I did have questions here that I asked my husband um, on our anniversary day kind of thing. Um, I wanted to ask him, like, questions that I knew the answers to. I didn't want to ask him questions that I didn't know the answers to. He's like, "Oh, did you know the answers to all these?" And like, I only wrote down questions that I knew the answers to. He said, "Did you have to look back in your pictures or anything?" I'm like, "No, I didn't. I knew all the answers." But I think that's true with like girls. Girls are gonna remember things that guys don't. We're gonna remember stuff that they don't deem important. I gotta fix my heart. So, the first question I did is, how many times did you propose? We did get proposed more than once. Um, the first time it was, it didn't. The first time was on his parents' pool deck, and it was not very romantic. And we got into a big fight. Um, While I was at work the one day, and I didn't like something that happened in the relationship. And afterwards, the fight, because I had actually broken off our engagement during the fight because I was just that angry with him. And I said to him, I said, you're going to have to re-propose to me. And he's like, yeah, I kind of figured since you called off the engagement. And so the second time was actually at my parents' house on the back hill behind the barn. So the bonus question was, where was the second one? And he did know that we got engaged twice, but he did not know where the second one was. So he did pretty good on that one. This one is, what website did we meet on? Yes, we did meet online. It was Plenty of Fish, and he remembered that. Where did we buy my promise ring? My promise ring was not something I ever thought about, but I was finishing college, he was switching jobs for me, and he was working night shift when I met him, and so just him getting a different job that was day shift meant a lot to me, which is why he is working at Wolf House Movers, which is where he's working now. And I just thought, with everything that's going on, I want, an assurance thing. I said, if we ever get to the point where we want to get married, and if we are still together, I said, I want a promise ring to symbolize that if we're still together when we are ready to get married, which means after I'm done with school, because I was still in college at that point. I said, if we are still together when when we're ready to get married, that you will propose to me. And he did not remember where we bought that. I wanted something very inexpensive because I knew that one day I just kind of had this feeling that one day it was gonna be replaced on my engagement ring. I just felt like, he's the guy I'm gonna be marrying. So I want to say just small and inexpensive. So we went to Walmart. We went to Walmart, and there was one there that was small, and it was I don't think it was a diamond because of how much the ring. I don't think it was a real diamond because of how low the price was. It was $70, but I did not want him spending $70 on this little ring and then having to send, I'm not sure how much on an engagement ring. So they had these little rings off to the side that were like anywhere from $5 to $10. I said, let's get one of those. So we did. Unfortunately, I don't have that ring anymore. My niece, um, Emily, was so upset one Christmas because she did not have any rings. So that ring was gifted to her um, after I got it was actually I think our first Christmas with her. The first Christmas that I was officially her aunt by marriage. And then bonus, what color was the stone? He did not remember it was pink. So he didn't remember we got it either. And also, guys, I don't like diamonds. Diamonds are too plain for me, which is why my engagement ring, which I do not have on today, is actually not, it's a sapphire, but it's not a real sapphire. I looked at the real sapphires and they just looked black to me. And I didn't want someone coming up to me later and saying, "Oh, why'd you get a black stone in your engagement ring?" So we got a man-made sapphire which looks more blue. Where was our first kiss? He almost got this wrong. He actually said, on my parents' full deck. No, 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 your living room at your house. I'm like, yes. It was actually during a NASCAR race in my parents' living room. I had been wanting to kiss him on the lips for a while. I actually had a rule. I had a rule. And my rule was no kissing until we're engaged. And once we're engaged, then we can kiss on the cheek and the hands, but no kissing on the lips until my wedding day. My parents had some friends that they didn't kiss on the lips till their wedding day, but I loved David so much that I actually really wanted to kiss him. So we were watching a NASCAR race, which really is not his thing. And I had my brother. My brother wanted to eat in the living room with us. I'm like, no, you need to stay in the kitchen until I tell you to come out. You need to stay in the kitchen. And I set a blanket on the floor, and we were having like a little picnic indoors, and I just kissed him on the lips. So I broke my own rule. Where was the first proposal? That was on the pool deck at his parents' house. I actually think he got that one right. Where did we have our first dates? I had never been on a blind date until I met David. David was my first ever blind date. Not my first date, my first ever blind date. Beforehand, I'd always known the guy. On my other dates, I'd always known the guy first before we had gone out. So our first date was actually at a restaurant here in Pennsylvania. Our first date was actually at a restaurant here in Myerstown, Pennsylvania. It was kind of halfway between both our houses. It was Country Fair. He actually said that he didn't remember the name of the restaurant. He always called it the Farmer's Life. That's not what it's called. There is a restaurant that I have been to a few times called the Farmer's Life. This one's actually called Country Fair. And I said, bonus, what did we eat? And he said he did not remember, but he knew with me, I don't eat much, guys, that it was probably something small. I said, I had a chef salad. And he just looked at me where I said, it was big. Okay. I said, and you had ham with pineapple on it. So, and he doesn't eat, we don't eat pig meat anymore for spiritual reasons. But yeah, so that was our trivia game we played last weekend. It was a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, I'm actually making chicken divine. Oh, sorry guys, I had a rough night last night. That and chicken divine is actually one of his favorite dishes. He had never had it before until he met me, and he loves it. So I see we had a few people watching. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the game. Feel free to do it with your girlfriend or boyfriend or your spouse. It's a fun game. I had fun making it. I wanted to be like a scavenger hunt, but gas is expensive, guys. So yeah, hopefully gas prices will start to go down soon. Hello, one person watching. Um, with Trump in office, hopefully he'll bring back fracking so we can actually do our own resources because a lot of people are buying from the Middle East right now because of the war in the Ukraine and stuff. So, I just want to say one thing. Cyclone, if you've been coming on and not commenting, you don't have to hide. I just didn't like how you kept messaging me. So that's you, Cyclone. You don't have to hide. You can say hello and stuff. I just didn't like how you were blaming me for everything that was going wrong in your relationship when it wasn't my fault at all. It was yours. So yeah. So today is Braxton's birthday. Tomorrow is my 10-year anniversary of knowing my husband. And tomorrow I will get on here and tell you our love story.